There we go, finally.
Yay! Finally. How are you doing, kids?
Can't complain yourself.
So good to see you. Always a pleasure being in your presence. Man, how was that?
No, it was so emotional watching that first episode. Just bring back so many great memories of the World Cup and that rugby championship and just everything around it was just incredible.
So let's take it all the way back because that's what you guys do in the documentary. And I must say, kudos to you guys for your honesty and your candor. Everybody just spoke so clearly and from the heart. 2017 in particular, I think, was when it really got dark. Talk me through that 57-0 in Albany.
Yeah, 2017 was definitely one of the toughest years in my career. Losing 57 all against the All Blacks, it was really tough times, and I think the Springboks as a team was just a bit broken. I didn't think we clicked at all. There was no synergy in the team, and we didn't know what was next and how we're going to go forward from there. I think we, as a team, actually with Rassie coming in 2018, actually started focusing on playing better rugby and actually focusing on what's the importance and how important rugby is for South Africa as a country, and we actually started playing like the old South Africans did, and yeah, it just changed and turned the whole tide of SA rugby.
Let's go back to that night, because when the whistle blew, I imagine you were shielded from the press, the conversations that were happening, not only in New Zealand, but here at home as well. How were you feeling as you walked off the field? And what did you know it would take to turn things around?
Yeah, I definitely tried to avoid all media and all social media. No, it was a dark time, and yeah, I knew inside things will only get better from here. It was tough times, but I knew like this, you can't go any lower than this, and luckily my beliefs came true and turned the ship around. So it was great, and it was one of those moments in your life that there was a massive learning curve and stepping stone in to know as a rugby player what it takes to actually prepare for a game and what it takes physically to be ready to play at that elite level with the Springboks every weekend.
Do you remember where you were when you heard that Rassie Erasmus is now the coach of the national team?
No, I don't actually remember. I probably was at home somewhere, but no, it was great news. And I worked with Rassie back when he was at the Stormers, my early career, so it was quite exciting for me to hear that he's going to be the new head coach.
Mm. And seeing his management team, the likes of Jacques Nienaber also joining as well, did you have any belief then that things are really going to change now?
I did. I always, I mean, even during those two dark years the Springboks went through, I knew we're going to turn the ship around. And I mean, the right management at the right time with like Rassie and Jock and those oaks, and the right players, and actually turn the ship around completely. And um, everything changed within 18 months.
Talk me through that first conversation that you had with the coach around transformation. How did he present that to you? And what were those discussions like? Because you guys speak about it so eloquently and freely in the documentary as well.
Yeah, Rassie was very open about it. He in his first alignment camps, he actually spoke about winning and playing a transformed team and actually picking the guys on merit. And it was not a thing that guys could hide behind, or if you weren't selected or you were selected. The guys knew you were there on merit, and I mean, his team selection protocol was so open towards for, during the whole process of the World Cup and everything leading up to it.
How do you think that changed the team dynamic?
Yeah, I think it creates you know exactly where you stand with the coaches. That creates that bond between you and the coach where you can trust him because you know the guy playing next to you is there on merit, and no other reason why. So, and that creates that bond and that brotherhood that the team needs to perform.
And then England came to town. That week was very, very stressful. I'll say that much, even for our team, preparing for this big game, Sia's first game as captain, a new era that you were really trying to birth as this new look team. Do you remember that week? Do you remember some of the thoughts that were running through your mind at that time?
Yeah, I can't remember it so clearly, but we had a new defensive structure. With a complete new management, the team looked completely different. We had a new captain, so I was very nervous. I won't lie. And going to the first game and actually conceding 3 quick tries and actually have to fight our way back to win that first game was inspirational. Like how Sia leaded the team towards the end of the game to actually get us up and keep us going and not just giving in. And I think that showed a lot of his character, and it showed a lot of the team's character and the beliefs we had in the coaching system, which we ended up winning the first 2 games, and then we lost that game at Cape Town.
In Cape Town, yeah.
You can just see the belief was there, and the guys were willing to buy into this plan that the coaches had for us.
And then Wellington happened. Extraordinary victory, a real game of grit and belief. You know, it looked like you guys believed that you could take the All Blacks on and win. And in the talkie, Rassie speaks about how he was telling you guys, don't get them upset. It's fine if they're upset, but I want them to be afraid. What is the work that went into making sure that you instilled this big fear in the All Blacks?
Yeah, I know. Watching that, I was Chasing the Sun documentary now, and I remember that speech that Rassie made, and it said it won't help you try and bully him with pushing and shoving. It's actually installing that fear of running over him and not making a scene about it. Or if you tackle a guy and you get up and pretend nothing happened, like that, where you just, that relentlessness of not giving up and actually just going for the full 80 minutes and being in their faces. Because that's exactly how the game panned out towards the end. I mean, the Springbok defense for the last 5 minutes of the game to hold him out, and actually that line speed caused McKenzie to knock the ball. And yeah, so it was just that fear of the Springbok in their face the whole time that created that doubt in their head towards the end.
How was that 5 minutes for you? Because Rassie speaks about getting out of the coach's box, walking all the way down, coming through the tunnel. He walks onto the field, and it's still that defense, that unrelenting defense.
Yeah, I was subbed at that time, and I was sitting on the bench, and I think I chewed through all my nails, and actually I was so nervous, and I was just hoping they knocked the ball at one stage, because you could see the belief in our guys' faces, like they were not going to give up for anything. And so the incredible fight and the desperation that the Oaks showed for a couple of minutes was just insane. And I mean, the joy that came after that was absolutely incredible.
Is that when you felt, you as Steven, is that when you felt like, we've got it now, we can win the World Cup?
I think definitely one of the starting points where you start thinking this dream of winning the World Cup is getting closer. I mean, we knew we still had a lot of work to do. We still had to become one of the best conditioned teams. We still had to get through a Super Rugby. We still had to get through, most of the guys stay injury free and be able to play and stay on form. But it was definitely one of the starting blocks, and you can actually see the belief in the guys' way of performing and preparation, and the way that Oaks actually take to their game and actually just try and live out being this Springbok warrior.
The work rate, the work that just goes into, being ferocious, being fit, being upsetting teams, making teams afraid.
No, definitely, it's one of the key things that I think was the Springbok success over the last 2 years is actually the amount of effort that goes into preparation, but not 80 minutes on the field. It's actually the work that the guys do off the field in preparing, in video sessions, in one-on-one meetings, and actually just learning and actually just want to become better rugby players every week.
What was your favorite moment of 2018 in a Springbok jersey?
Yeah, I think I had a couple of starts for the Springboks. Definitely that win in Wellington was one of the highlights, and actually, yeah, and being involved from the beginning with Rassie, it was actually a great learning curve for me as well, and the way we prepared and the way we took our week on in preparation for games.
One of the other parts of the documentary is where we see the late Conrad speaking about the team, speaking about the growth of the team. His introduction for Sia's first game as captain. He blessed you with the name Spicy Plum, and it has stuck like glue. When you hear that opening, when you hear his passion for the game and his passion for you guys as a team, how do you think he should be remembered?
No, he was passionate about the game, and watching the documentary, it was quite tear-jerking and got quite emotional, and actually, I mean, the tears were sitting close, was close to crying, and it was just so emotional to watch, and he was just so passionate about the game, and that's what he needs to be remembered by. It was the love for Springbok rugby, and the passion he showed on weekends was incredible.
Yeah, yeah. What can we expect for the rest of the documentary? I mean, it's a 5-parter. We got chapter 1 out the way. What can the fans expect from the rest of, or the 4 weeks that are to come?
To be honest, I'm not sure. After the first episode, I can only expect the great series, and so I'm really looking forward to watching it with at the same time as everyone else, and actually just follow the series as it goes. So I'm looking forward to next Sunday, and I'll be on my couch between 6 and 7 again, and watching every moment.
Yeah, just make sure you bring your tissues as well. Hey, the tears will be sitting in between our eyes again. Thank you so much for joining us. Apologies about all of the connection issues, but thank you for being such a sport, and thank you for the world-class work that you do. You know, I know for you it can just seem like a game, but you inspire so many around the world to just put their heads down and get the work done and become champions in their own walks of life as well. So we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. And if I may ask that you please share this video on your IGTV so that our team will be able to download it and put it up across our channels as well. But I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us here at SuperSport.
Thank you so much. Cheers, guys.
Good night.
Good
Ciao,
night.
ciao.
Have a great night. Bye.